I can brighten this up a little bit. Oh, that looks beautiful, actually. Oh, wow. It looks on the camera. Uh-oh. What happened? What happened? Come back.
You may not feel like I'm a real hip-hop artist, but I don't have to be. I grew up.
Where did that come from? Missy Elliott came out of nowhere. Look, I don't have anything against you. You could be all the hip-hop artists you want to be. All right, so it's Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Let's see. So, let me see what that looks like if I brighten it up. Put it back. Let me see. Oh, that's why. I'm messing up. Sorry, people. I don't think that makes a difference. It's beautiful, though. It looks better on the camera than it does with my real eyes. Not my fake eyes. Oh my gosh. Okay, so. Alright, so what am I talking about today? Well, let's see. First of all, let's say good morning, Kelly, Jamila, Janine, Beth, Victoria, Alicia, Ariana. I don't think I said Ariana's name in a while. She's been busy doing a whole bunch of things over there. Which is really cool to really see. I don't know what's going on with me today, but it's alright. Okay, so, is there anyone else out there I want to say hello to? Let's see. I can't remember anybody's name. Oh well, I think that's pretty much it. The people that I really talk to. Hilda, Monica, and Ayana. Okay, so today I wanted to talk about breaking the cycle. Breaking the cycle. The reason why this topic came up is the other day I was talking to someone, and they are expecting their first child, and I believe it was it yesterday? Was it due? Yeah, I think the girl was due yesterday. And so, in talking with that person, there were some expressions, and I thought it was really amazing because there is a shift going on right now, and if you know about the shift and you're conscious of it, then you can work with it. Because people are changing regardless. But if you're aware of it, you can get so many more miles out of it. Because now you're working with something that you know about. You're in harmony with it instead of being resistant to it. And the thing is, if you're not aware of the shift, then the changes that you're experiencing will be felt or perceived, experienced as resistance. That's what it's going to be if you don't know what's happening. So if a doctor says, okay, this is what you have, and this is and XYZ is part of the healing process, and you're okay with it because you know what's going on, you know what to expect, and you nurture that, you embrace that which is taking place because you know it's part of a healing process. And that's no different than what's going on with the shift on the planet. And I know sometimes I mention this shift and people look at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, it's all right. I understand. Trust me, when I was younger, people didn't talk to me about the shift, but they talk about blah. What is up with me, my vocabulary today? They talk to me about metaphysical things, but I didn't even know about the word metaphysics. So when they were speaking about certain things, I just thought they were Looney Tunes. Which is really funny because hopefully I don't forget my main topic because I'm always veering off track. So I have a friend, had a friend, however you want to look at it. Still a friend in my eyes. So I have a friend who has a sister, and so the friend is atheist, and the sister is like all about like oneness and love and all of this stuff, right? I think maybe have a lot of Buddhist practices and things like that, right? So, and her husband or boyfriend or whatever is even more involved than she is. And so I had met them both for the first time a while back, and it was really interesting to see because of course my friend has his view of what they are, and then I met them and I was like, oh my gosh, I was like they were like just like so affectionate and just in touch with everything. It was like if you met them, you would just think that they were floating on a cloud, and they're like, yes, and it's about love. And I really thought they were crazy. Like, why are you flashing me? I mean, I can't go any faster than the car in front of me. So I was like, I couldn't understand what they were going through or like what they were experiencing. It didn't make any sense to me. I just thought, these people are crazy. Like, nobody acts like this. Nobody acts like this. And I was like, okay, right? But then when I, looking back on it, what I said was, to myself, was like, nobody acts like this. And that was right. Nobody did act like that. Nobody was about love. That was in my circle. Nobody was like that. And so it was so foreign to me. And I really thought they were like, Looney Tunes at first. And I'm not there. I'm just not there. So I'm not saying that I won't get there. I'm not saying that I want to be there. I'm just saying that I'm not there. But it was really interesting because they were in tune with so much more than I was in tune with. But I kind of straddle the fence in terms of the extreme. So, I mean, because there's so many components involved, and so I don't gravitate towards one particular thing. I take things that are in love from all aspects of what is out there. So there's aspects of Christianity that I take. Or I should say that aspects of these different belief systems have parts of truth in it, have parts of divine love in it, have parts of natural love in it. And so this is what I focus on when I look at different things, because there is only truth and there is only love. And so out of all of these different belief systems out there, there is an aspect that is involved in it. Even with the Satanists, there is an aspect that is involved which takes from truth. And then there's all the other junk with it, right? Which makes them different than all the other ones. So on and so forth. So anyway, about the shift thing. But so breaking the cycle. So I've been talking about how the emotional injuries are passed on to us at conception, and there are things that we take on that have nothing to do with us. And if we're not aware of this, then we'll just think we're a mess. Like, I can't solve my problems, and why does this keep happening to me? And if you don't understand this process, then you won't understand that some of these things that you're experiencing really aren't yours, but they're yours. Like, they weren't yours initially or originally, but they were passed on to you. And now that it's in you, we all have the responsibility to take care of it, because we have to love ourselves enough to take care of it, to change our lives so that we change our experience and our perception about things. So, but the reason why this came up is because when I was talking to this person, he was so excited. He's like, yes, and he had picked out a beautiful name, and I had looked up the meaning, and I thought that was really, just, look, this father has put in so much love, so much effort into his little girl who isn't even here yet. And that makes a world of difference even before birth. Because all of the love that he has, that the mother has, all of it is being infused into the soul. This child, this little girl, is getting a foundation that most of us never got. We didn't get that. And so even though they haven't gotta get in there, gotta get in there. Even though they have their own emotional injuries and they may not have worked through them yet, the little girl is getting a fighting chance. Because even though these emotional injuries are being infused into her soul, she's also getting information and love that is contradictory to those emotional injuries that reside. So, let me explain something real quick. Even though we are changing, like today we're alive, we're adults or teenagers or whatever, whoever is listening to this, even though we have our life and we're living it right now. Oh my gosh, that pollen is strong. Okay, so even though we're making changes in our life right now, we still have emotional injuries that we're either aware of and aren't ready to deal with yet, or we're completely unaware of it altogether. But the changes that we have now, or that we're making now to improve our lives, learning about law of attraction and the law of compensation and the law of cause and effect and all of these different things, all of those emotional injuries don't go away. We're not creating new ones, hopefully. I mean, at some point we do create new ones if we haven't resolved the emotional injuries that are there within us. But they're not as bad. We don't react to them as much, or we learn from them with this knowledge, this new understanding that we're getting at the moment. But, so, it doesn't, what we're doing now doesn't mean that we're erasing everything. So they're still there. Even if we don't acknowledge them, they can still be transferred to the child. So, because they have to be released. They just have to be released. They have to be dealt with. They have to be acknowledged. It just has to. So, what his little girl is getting is almost like countermeasures. So, she's receiving all of the emotional injuries from her parents, but she's also receiving countermeasures that will allow her to deal with these emotional injuries that she has, and she will soon find out what they are. Living life, she will find out what they are, because everything will be going right, and then all of a sudden, boom, something's going to happen. But if she has the foundation to understand why things are happening, she can identify it right away and address the problem and take care of it. And anyone who is receiving love, like this little girl's really receiving so much love, she will be highly sensitive, because she's going to be more on the, if you want to look at a scale of love, or loving and unloving, she's going to be more towards the scale of loving, because this is what she's receiving from her parents. So she's going to be very sensitive. So she'll cry easily, which is a good thing, because if you're able to access your emotions like that, then you can take care of these issues very quickly. When she's being raised by her parents, and I already know just by talking to my friend that she's going to be able to express herself all the time, and he's going to listen. He's not going to be the authoritative parent where it's what I say. I mean, I'm sure he'll have his structures and whatnot for his family and his child, but there is going to be listening first before there's a reaction. And this is breaking the cycle. This is what it means to take the information that you learn and change the lives of those who are coming in. This is so important. With all the stuff that you're learning, and I'm learning, we can change. This is literally how you change the world. You take what you know, apply it to the little ones at an early stage before they're all messed up by society's nonsense. You instill them with all these different things, with love, with understanding, so that they understand themselves. Look, if you understand yourself, you can understand anybody. You understand yourself, you can understand the world. But if you try to understand the world without understanding yourself first, or understand someone else without understanding yourself first, it's a long road, and you may not even get to the end of it. So, yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. Why it's so important to what did I say? Breaking the cycle. That's why it's so important to break. I do not have any coffee with me. I just hit the road. That's probably what it is. Oh, and I didn't have breakfast, so whatever. Let's see. So yeah. Anyway, when I was talking to my friend, he was like, "I'm so excited! I can't wait to teach her." He was like, "I can't wait to teach her all of this," and that was it. I was like, "That's it. That's what it's about." I mean, the enthusiasm of infusing her with so much love and knowledge and understanding was amazing. I mean, it was so strong from him. And I just thought, wow, how things would be if parents lived like that. Like if they learned something to help their children without controlling them. Because parents learn, well, sometimes they don't learn. But, okay, so generally how it works or how it happens is parents will live their life, they'll hate certain aspects of it, and they'll try to correct those things in their children, which is why they force them to do things that the parents want their children to do. And so they're not correcting it really because they don't understand it. So what happens is they force them to do things that they wanted to do when they were younger, because they have an idea in their head where if I had done this, then my life would have been better. Which is why you get parents who force their children to go to college and take certain degrees or study certain subjects or be this or yeah. And sometimes parents will be angry at the fact that the choice that they made really wasn't fulfilling. And I know some people will have a hard time accepting this, but sometimes the parents will be jealous of the child and the opportunity that child has to do something better than what they did. And sometimes they'll keep them doing the same thing that they did. And there could be a family business, and they want their child to be in the family business, even though they weren't happy doing the family business. There's a jealousy that is there, an anger that is there, and they will try to tie down that child and make them experience what they've experienced. And it comes from anger. And that one's a really hard one to accept, because parents, oh my gosh, I mean, it gets really complicated. But parent, like, being a parent is like the definition of parent is what screws everything up. Because a parent is supposed to be loving, a parent is supposed to take care of their young, a parent is supposed to want more for their children, a parent is supposed to want better for their children, but that's not what always happens. I mean, the simple fact is they're a person with messed up emotional injuries, and if they don't know how to process it, then they take it out on others the way that they take it out on others. I mean, it's sometimes it's their children, sometimes they hate their children. Sometimes they do it physically, where they beat their children because they're angry. And really, they're not angry at the child. The child's just there for the anger to be expressed toward. But, I mean, okay, I don't know what you're doing in your Avalon, but you're doing it slowly. I'm not about that life, so let me get over here, do what I gotta do. So... You want to get over? No. Okay. So, yeah. The whole parent, that word, we need a new word. We really need a new word. Because the definition is what ties us down. It holds us back from understanding some things. Because if we understand something to be a certain way, then it's almost impossible to make a decision or see things that would contradict that definition that we have of something. Like the whole parent thing, it's not common that we say parents are bad, yet parents do bad things. But because of the definition of what a parent is, loving, caring, truthful, honest, protector, this is the definition of the parent. And so it, for someone who has experienced emotional injuries as a child from their parent, even though they've been beaten, even though they've been cursed out, even though they've been all of these different things that cause so much hurt and pain physically and emotionally, they still cannot say that what my parent did to me. If you take any stranger off the street and apply those same things, they're bad. And this is what I mean by definitions, and this is what beliefs are. Because that's all a belief is the definition of something. And so once you hold on to that and you stick by it, then it's hard to release it. And not even release it, it's hard to contradict it. It's hard to bring anything in that's new that will help you because of that belief or definition that you have of something. So, which is like what happens in religion. So religion is a belief, and so let's pick a Christianity. I pick Christianity because I don't know too many other ones really. I know a little bit about them, but I know about Christians. So that is a belief. Well, Christianity has a definition of what it is. So when you look at that religion, you have a definition. And so anybody who comes in with any other information that is outside of that definition, they will dismiss it, which is why people are not able to move forward, which is why people are not able to see what they are actually doing, because they can't bring any information that would validate the truth of what they're focusing on. Why are these? I'm not going to complain. I was going to ask, why are these cars on the right lane and not on the left lane? And of course, now I see why. It was for me. You better get it right. Did you see that? I swear the roads just open up like the seas. I'm telling you. You can call me Moses today if you want to. I don't mind. And I don't think the universe does either. Oh, that's funny. Okay, so back to what I was saying. When we have these definitions, they, like I said, they keep us from learning, they keep us from expanding, and they just keep us stagnant. That's what it is. But the thing is, the universe is expanding. Consciousness is expanding. So you have to ask yourself, are you going to expand with it? That's what all this is about. Expansion. That's what the shift is about. Expansion. Expanding to more. Expanding to something greater. But if you're going to hold on to your beliefs so tightly where you can't expand, well, you don't expand. You just stay right there where you are. I'm not even going to try this because this is too much right now. Or maybe not, because I'm good like that. Ooh, work it out, Bradley. Work it out. So, yeah, anyway. I'm so happy for my friend and how he... And, I know him, part of his, his past. And it was a bleak one. Very, very bleak. And there has been a transformation that is amazing. And to see, I can tell you that the childhood was nothing like the childhood that his child is going to have. And that is freaking amazing, because that is what this is all about. Changing humanity. Shifting humanity to a different vibration, to a different cadence, to a different way of living, a different way of understanding, a different way of being. That's really what this is all about. And you can keep it in your head, but all of this has to be done on an emotional level. All of it has to be done on an emotional level. If there is no emotion tied to this, if there is no soul tied to this, and it's all intellectual, the change won't happen. You can do all kinds of things without heart, and it won't mean, they're just things. It's just an activity. Like, you can have someone who, like, you can go to a restaurant and you can what is that up there? Oh, there's something besides the moon. I don't know what it is. You can go to a restaurant and your waiter or waitress will approach you and have a smile. And then you can have another one who approaches you and have a smile, and it's completely different. There's a certain warmth and energy that is coming from that person, and you can feel it. Even though they're both smiling, you can feel something that's different. And this person can, make you feel more relaxed, more welcome, more inviting, more engaging. It just feels different. And that's what happens. That's the difference between doing something, that's intellectual, like, okay, customer services, always have a smile and be courteous. Well, yeah, we can do that, but if there's no feeling behind it, then it's empty. It's empty. It's not what it was meant to be. It's something completely different. It's almost like a dummy. That's really what it is. It's like interacting with a dummy with a smile on it. That's it. That's what we are when we don't have heart. A dummy with a smile on it. That's so funny. If you watch the movie Elysium, there was this, I think Matt Damon was in it, when was he on parole, probation? I think probation. He had to talk to this police officer, but it was a dummy. And the police officer was very courteous, like, hello, may I help you? And all, may I my vocabulary is so jacked up today. Hi, how may I help you? I don't know what's going on. Maybe I need chapstick. Maybe my lips aren't free to move. Oh, I need breakfast and coffee. Anyway, he was talking to a dummy because they didn't have like real people, right? And that's how it is. This is like, that's how it is when we act without heart. Just an empty shell. A dummy with a smile. My gosh. Now when I see people who are faking, who are pretending, I'm just gonna think a dummy with a smile on it. That's so sad. Oh my gosh, whatever. I won't say it out loud though. I'm just thinking. Anyway. Oh, okay, good laugh. I think that's it, yeah. So, do whatever you can to make a difference. It'll come naturally. You don't have to work hard doing it. I do it every day at work. I do something, and I'm just being me. That's all I'm doing, is just being me, and I share what I have. And people are appreciative of it. And I was talking to a couple of people at work, and I talked to quite a few people at work. But usually when I'm talking to them, it's about something meaningful. I don't talk about reality shows. I don't talk about any of this stuff. So one of them had said, because I'm moving to a different location, the team that I work for, we're moving to another location, so we won't be there with these people anymore. And we were only with them for, a little over a year? Year and a half, maybe. So we haven't been there very long. But we've created a bond. I've created a bond with some of the people. And so, one of them said, I'm going to miss you. And I'm like, oh, well, thanks, that's nice of you. He goes, yeah, he goes, I'm going to miss our conversations. And we've only had 2, so I was like, we only had, two conversations? He goes, yeah, but he goes, they were really meaningful. Like, he goes, I've never talked about stuff like that. I can't find anybody to talk about, stuff like that. So, wherever you are, share what you share. Just share it. That's what I do. I share it. That's it. If it's something that is, I generally don't share anything that is going to harm someone or take away from them. It may cause pain, but it's not my pain. The pain comes from them acknowledging what they haven't been acknowledging in the past. So wherever you are, be part of the shift. Be that change. Break the cycle. You don't always have to talk about negative things when you interact with people. You can break the cycle all kinds of ways. I mean, like I said, my friend's doing it with his child. You can do it with the people at work. Try it. Just try it. Like, I mean, there's a person I work with, and he's transformed. He has transformed, let me tell you, because when I first started talking to this person, they were like, everything was doom and gloom. Doom and gloom, doom and gloom. And I was like, oh my God. And I mean, I've known this person for years, even before I transformed. So, or started, my transformation. And so, every time this person would come, I was like, oh, I would dread it. I was like, oh my God, please don't come in here. Please don't come in here. Please don't come in here. And boom. This was before I knew law of attraction. Had I known that, I wouldn't have said, please don't come in here. I would have never said, please don't come in here. Because then that means that you're calling to yourself. I've called so many things to myself. It's not even funny. Oh, being all stupido about it. Whatever. So, be the change, be the transformation. Share whatever you have. It doesn't matter. You don't have to get paid for it. I mean, I don't get paid for the stuff that I do. I don't. But that's not what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for that. Like I said, all my bills are paid. I'm good. I'm good right now. However, I have decided to take a step back from hypnosis for a while because I'm pursuing something else and I need that time to pursue that. I won't say exactly what it is right now, but it was really interesting because when I made the decision to stop it, and I canceled the lease on or put in my 30 day for my lease for my office space, and I was like, it was hard for me to do at first because I was like, so many people need help, but then I was like, I have to help myself this. I just have to. And there's other people out there who can do this. I mean, it's not like I'm the only one, but that pressure that I was taking on, it felt like I was the only one. It felt like, anybody who came to me, I had to help them. But I didn't realize that I have to help myself first. And so I decided to do that. And so I started getting, these messages, people wanting sessions. I'm like, look, they came in heavier than ever. I get my steady stream of them, but they were just like boom, 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 boom. And I was like, what is going on? And this happened before when I tried to, stop doing it and pursue something else. And I was like, no, the demand's too high. I need to just, hold off on it. And then the demand kind of stopped a little bit. And I was like, you know what? I just need to do this. And then now that I decided to step back and finalize it, I'm getting this huge influx of people wanting sessions. And this is my last month, so there's only two weekends left to do this. So I'm like, well, whoever can get these two, they're lucky, and that's it, but I've referred to other people. But anyway, remember to love yourself, do what you need to do for yourself, and share whatever you can. Don't force it, just share it, whomever's willing to listen to it, and everything will be good. All right, so I love you guys. You guys are great. And oh no, I cannot say I love you. I cannot. I'm trying to break that I love you thing, and I will talk about that later. So I will end with, you are loved. Bye now.